And please stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call roll.
Calgary. Here. Gibbs. Here. Councilmember Crane is absent tonight. Lucas.
Here.
Miller. Here. Quinn.
Here.
Rothrock. Here. And Lee Councilmember Shepherd is out of town. He is out of town. Thank you.
Tonight, we have a public hearing prior to considering approval of Community Improvement District for Cornerstone. I would like to open the public hearing and invite comments from the public. If you would like to comment on this issue, please come to the podium and state your name and address. If no public comments, public hearing is closed. Well, first on the agenda tonight is special presentations. And this is for the MCVB intern.
I would be happy to. Corben, would you please come up? This is Corben Tannahill. He is our new MCVB attorney for the year 2014-15. For the newcomers, every year we obtain an intern on a mission more. He's usually a senior, for she or whomever is a senior. They serve on our committee. They come to the meetings. They take charge of all the youth activities. They work with Mrs. Santa at Christmas. He brings the volunteers with him. He just kind of does whatever we ask him to do. And each year, as one of the MCVB interns retires, and they pick the one for the following year. So Corben is our new intern for this coming fall and next year. By just odd chance, his grandmother and grandfather both went to high school with him. So that was kind of a fun turn of events. So I would like for you just to address the council and just give them a little bit of information about yourself.
Sure, yeah. Good evening. It's a privilege to be selected for the internship. This fall, I'll be a senior at North, and I participate in leadership roles in DECA, which is a business and marketing club, 121, which is a student-led Bible study, and yes, I do run cross country, even though I feel like a lot. A year from now, I plan to attend K-State and major in business and leadership, and in my free time, I love to fish. So as a result, I've developed a product called English Friend, and I have a patent pending on that, and working towards success with that. So once again, it's a privilege. Thank you. Looking forward to growing my leadership skills through this experience. Thank you.
Any questions from you guys? Yeah.
Is that an app? Is it an app? What is English Friend?
It's a fishing carry case. So it puts all your fishing gear in one box. And it goes on your back.
Next, under issuance of notes and bonds, Mr. Kimmel is here to provide us with a good report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members. Bruce Kimmel with Elders, and I do have some good news. As you're aware, we are in the process of refunding the city's remaining 2009 E-bonds, which were in themselves a refinancing of various stormwater-related debt that the city incurred a number of years ago. Today's first issue was offered in the amount of $10 million. Due to the bids received and the winning bid received, we've actually reduced that amount to $9,795,000, and we'll be reflecting that in the resolution that you adopt in a minute. And then in 3 weeks, we'll be coming to market with the remainder of the bonds, again, to refinance the remainder of the 2009 bonds and hope to achieve very good results there as well. I just want to refer to a few points in this packet that I believe is at your places. As you can see, we received 10 bids on your behalf when we took bids at 10 a.m. this morning. The low bid came from a broker-dealer firm called FTN Financial Capital Markets out of Memphis. We actually see a lot of bids from FTN. They represent and sell investments to many community banks all over the country. And I'm guessing here, including Kansas, due to the very aggressive bid that they made on this bond issue. There's a few other statistics. The big thing I want to impart to you, and you'll see this in another part of the packet as well, is that the net savings just from today's refunding to the city through the remainder of the debt service that we took out with these new bonds is in excess of $1.4 million. So when you look at all of your debt service through the remainder of the bonds and compare it to what you would have been paying on your old bonds, this new debt service is over $1.4 million less. So that's a great result, and will certainly help the city and help your stormwater utility areas as well. A few other points I wanted to just hit. We do have the bid tabulation. You can see all of the bids received. As we had anticipated, we did receive a premium bid from FTN as well as most of the other bidders. And it was that premium of roughly $200,000, net $200,000, that allowed us to again reduce the par amount of the bonds to roughly $9.8 million instead of the $10 million that we had originally. I would point out that the bidding was very, very competitive. The first 9 bids were all within 14 basis points of each other, or 0.14%. The last place bidder was a little bit off the pace, but they were still pretty good at 2.5%. The winning bid was at 2.25%, all inclusive. Let's see a few other points. Those are the main things I wanted to point out. We did include a savings page because we left some of the first maturities for the second refunding that will be done in 3 weeks. You can see that the savings that we've locked in the initial years are relatively low at between $30,000 and $50,000 per year. But then for the maturities that we did lock in savings on, you can see that the savings are in excess of $100,000 a year. And we expect that the city will be able to add additional savings in the early years when we do the refunding in 3 weeks. So then finally, council members, I would point out that we also included the rating report from Standard & Poor's. City staff and LRs did go through a rating discussion with the analysts from S&P that you've used in the past. It was a very, very positive discussion. They affirmed the city's AA rating with a stable outlook, and we're very pleased that you were able to add to your fund balance, your general fund balance. That's something that they really paid close attention to, so the fact that you added to your budgetary flexibility and performance were very strong. And they still say that you have proportionally more debt than some other cities that are of comparable size, but they're confident that management, as well as you, have a handle on it and know what it takes to service the debt. In other words, that you have very good projections and very good plans for paying it off, and certainly your debt profile will continue to improve year by year. And certainly if the gateway does yield the opportunity to take out any of the existing debt, that will also help. So with that, let me stop and ask if you have any questions about the results, or the savings, or the refunding, for the, excuse me, the credit.
I do have one question, and forgive me for ignorance, but I was just curious why the interest rate fluctuates, starts at 3, goes down to 2 or less, and comes back up. And I noticed it does it with all the rates, but there's got to be a reason for it. Is it an easy explanation?
There is. There's an easy explanation, and I believe you also have a sheet that looks like this that has those interest rates, Councilmember, as well as the actual yields. So this is what's going on with those so-called premium bids, where the person that bought, the bank that most likely bought that first maturity for $110,000, that matures in September of next year, they wanted a 3% coupon on that. But that maturity is only yielding 0.35%. So they were willing to pay money above and beyond the $110,000 in order to get a bond that had a coupon of 3%. The real yield was 0.35%. So you might ask why that is. Well, so it's psychological. banks as well as other investors feel better about having a rate that looks higher, even if it's yielding less. But there is actually some strategy to it as well, in that it's easier to trade in the secondary market a higher coupon bond. So if this bank wanted to trade the bond before it matured in 2015, or basically the same with any of the bonds, there's more liquidity for a higher coupon bond, even though again the yield is low. Yeah, so it's somewhat psychological, somewhat strategic in case they want to trade, but the net effect is those yields that range from 0.35 to 3% for the state.
Any other questions for Bill?
Now, I should mention also the city's bond attorney, Gary Anderson of Gilmore and Mills here. If you have any questions about the resolution, I know you've looked at the resolution and ordinance at the work session, but if there's any questions about that, you can answer those questions. So, thank you.
Thanks. Anybody have any questions for Gary? No? You have a motion?
Mayor, I move the city council approve the bid of FTN Financial Capital Markets of Memphis, Tennessee, the 2014-A general obligation refunding bonds at a true interest cost of 2.25%. And Mayor, I move the city council adopts. One is right.
I'll second that.
Please call the roll. Oh, is there any discussion? Please discuss it.
Gibbs.
Aye.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Cowdery.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Passes.
Mayor, I move the city council adopt an ordinance authorizing and providing for the issuance of general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2014-A of the city of Woodson, Kansas, for the purpose of providing funds to refund a portion of the city's outstanding general obligation bonds, providing for the levy and collection of an annual tax for the purpose of paying the principal of and interest on said bonds as they become due, authorizing certain other documents and actions in connection therewith, and making certain covenants with respect thereto.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Miller.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Cowdery.
Aye.
Gibbs.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mayor, I move the city council approve a resolution authorizing and providing for the sale, issuance, and delivery of general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2014-A of the city of Mission, Kansas, for the purpose of providing funds to refund the issuer's outstanding general obligation bonds, providing for the levy and collection of an annual tax for the purpose of paying the principal of and interest on said bonds as they become due, making certain covenants and agreements to provide for the payment and security thereof, and authorizing certain other documents and actions connected therewith.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Gibbs.
Aye.
Cowdery.
Aye.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Motion carries. Oh. Okay, and we can read it right off the top of the ordinance. I'm sorry, I forgot a motion for the 2014B, but it would simply be the top of the actual resolution.
Yes, and as you may recall, Bruce talked about the second issue. This resolution is the one that we use formally just to signal to the market that we'll be coming back in 3 weeks for that other portion of 2014B.
Right here.
Sorry.
There you go.
Okay, so are we do the current interest rate?
No, just the bold at the very top, right there.
Mayor, I move the city council adopt an ordinance, a resolution authorizing the offering for sale of general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2014-B of the city of Mission, Kansas.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Quinn,
Aye.
Cowdery.
Aye.
Gibbs.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Carried. Sorry.
Good sketch.
Margaret, good catch.
No, Lawrence.
Sorry about that.
Next is our consent agenda. Has 5 items tonight. I will entertain a motion to approve.
Mayor, under the city council will adopt the consent agenda as published, items 3A through 3E.
Second.
Please call
Lucas.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Cowdery. Gibbs.
Next is committee reports. If you have any questions, please give the staff or bring it up on the new business. Fourth is public comments. This is an opportunity for the audience to come up here and address council about any item that's not on the agenda. And also, we have cards right through those doors to the left. If you fill those out, it will help staff and answer more of the questions right after. Or you can bring them up here and we can read them. Oh. Okay. So any public comments? Tonight, action items from the Planning Commission. There's 2 items on our agenda from the Planning Commission that are related to the proposed Cornerstone Commons development. Because there's other items for the Community Development Committee, we lump them all together and we'll get them. So now we're down to committee reports, and Councilmember Miller, will you provide a report on the Finance and Administration Committee?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The City Council has had several discussions surrounding the roles and responsibilities of the Mayor, City Council, and City Administrator, with the ultimate goal of continuing to improve the professionalism and efficiency of city operations. This proposed charter ordinance is in concert with recent revisions to Chapter 102 and Chapter 200 of the Municipal Code, and modifications to the city's personnel policies and guidelines, and removes the city administrator as an appointed official, since this is a hired position with an employment agreement. This charter ordinance must be approved by 2/3 of the governing body and will take effect 61 days following its second publication. Mayor, I move the City Council approve a charter ordinance exempting the city of Mission, Kansas from the provisions of KSA 14-201 and 14-205, providing substitute provisions for the appointment, term, and qualifications of the treasurer, municipal judge, and municipal judge pro tem.
Second.
Please call the question.
Quinn.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Cowdery.
Aye.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Gibbs. And Mayor, you vote on this also.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries.
The Shawnee Mission Rotary Club has approached council with the donation of a street clock to honor several longstanding members of their organization. The clock will be installed at the southeast corner of Johnson Drive in Woodson, in a location that was designed as a gathering place for pedestrians. The clock would honor Dr. John Hollyman, a current Mission resident who operated a local dentist office for many years, as well as 2 members that have passed away, O.M. Ash of Ash Menswear and Ruben Sell of Sell Electric, both of which were Mission businesses. Mayor, I move the City Council approve a resolution authorizing the acceptance of a gift of a platinum clock from the Shawnee Mission Rotary Club to be installed at the southeast corner of Johnson Drive and Woodson for an amount of $18,000.
Is there any discussion? Well, I'll say it's a very generous gift, and we sure appreciate it. It's great.
Thank you.
Please call the question.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Quinn,
Aye.
Cowdery,
Aye.
Lucas,
Aye.
Gibbs,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mike, we appreciate this immensely, yes.
Thank you.
Next is the community development. Councilman Lucas will provide a report on the community development committee.
Thank you, Mayor. Grimshore developers applied for Kansas Housing Resource Corporation's low-income housing tax credits for their proposed senior living at 7080 Martway. These tax credits were not received in 2014, but the developer wants to continue to pursue this project with an anticipated resubmission of their application for tax credits in 2015. Council has expressed an interest in continuing to work with Grimshore, but only if there is a commitment by the developer to assist the city with demolition of the existing building on the site. The proposed amendment includes a cost-sharing proposal to demolish the building as follows. The sale price of the land is increased by the amount of demolition of the building at 7080 Martway. Grimshore will contribute 50% of the expenses associated with the demolition in the form of additional earnest money. If Grimshore fails to close on the property in 2015, the city will reimburse the developer for the additional earnest money, with the exception of 25%, which is non-refundable and estimated at $13,750. The inspection period is extended to July 2015. Mayor, I move the City Council approve the second amendment to the Woodson purchase and pre-development agreement with Grimshore developers.
I'll second that.
Please call the question.
That's good.
Oh, yes, discussion. I'm sorry. Any discussion?
Lucas,
Aye.
Quinn,
Aye.
Gibbs, Cowdery, Miller,
Nay.
Rothrock.
Nay.
That's passed. Motion passes.
Second on our community development agenda tonight, Mayor, we have Cornerstone Commons Community Improvement District petition. Christie Development Associates has submitted plans for the development of 6819 Johnson Drive, formerly Keystone Car Dealership. The developer has filed a Community Improvement District petition, which seeks to establish an additional 1% sales tax within the project area with pay-as-you-go reimbursement for certain project-related and general public improvements. The anticipated total cost for the project is $9,503, with the CID incentive request of $1.5 million capped plus 7% annual interest. The CID would be for 20 years and would pay for all city expenses. Additionally, CID would pay for $30,000 in right-of-way inspection fees, an annual $2,500 CID administration fee, and contributes $25,000 to the Johnson Drive and Broadmoor traffic signal replacement fund. Mayor, I move the City Council approve an ordinance authorizing the creation of the Cornerstone Commons Community Improvement District in the city of Mission, Kansas, authorizing the making of certain project improvements relating thereto, approving the estimated cost of such project improvements, levying a 1% CID sales tax, providing for the method of financing the same.
Is there a second?
Second.
Tonight, David Christie from Christie Development is here to answer any questions on this item or on this development. He wants to come up.
Thank you most kindly. David Christie, Christie Development here. It's nice to see y'all. We've worked terribly hard on this project and appreciate your patience and your insistence that we continue to work hard to bring a plan that everybody can get excited about. And we think we're finally here. Tonight we have my team, which is Matt Pennington, my partner. If you guys would raise your hand. Dave Olson, who handles my construction. We have Mark McPherson that owns Equity Venture, which is the preferred developer for Natural Grocers. We have Nancy Flynn as an employee of Natural Grocers here to answer any specific questions regarding Natural Grocers. We've got Luke Spellmeyer, their counsel here, David Grooms, an architect from Colorado that handles the architectural work for Natural Grocers that we've worked tirelessly with Martin and Danielle on to get elevations that would be acceptable to this governing body. We also have Tim Gordy here, who's the seller, who's been tremendously patient with us. I'm trying to bring this project forward, and I just wanted to thank Pete Heaven and efforts in trying to bring this project forward along with Jerry and his efforts. So we're excited about it. We're at the 9th hour here, and we're hoping that that we can bring these users to it. We've announced that Potbelly and Pi 5 have committed to lease the former building. We have a lease out, which I don't want to disclose yet, for half of the southern wing of the front. It is, as I said before, a fast casual restaurant, which will be very exciting to your community. And we're doing a 2-story building here. We've got elevations on the next sheet that show the different buildings. We have worked tirelessly to bring elevations that bring aesthetic value to your city, that make it user friendly. I have never seen a retailer as Natural Grocers work so hard to accommodate and invite pedestrians to walk right into their store, and that's basically what they've done. So we're thrilled about it. As you can see, we're going to have a pergola on the corner over the patio of the 2 fast casuals, Potbelly and Pi 5. So there'll be people who can walk right from the sidewalk right into the patio. And so we're inviting a lot of pedestrian interaction in this project. I'm going to be very brief. I'd like to answer any questions specific to our side of the development, and then I'd like to bring up Mark McPherson to answer any questions regarding the Natural Grocers architecture and their plans and so on. As I said before, this project will start construction immediately. Financing is in place, and tenant commitments are in place with penalties for us not to deliver on time. As you all know, these national retailers have obligations, and they tell Wall Street they're going to open the stores, so they expect us to do it. So I'm happy to answer any questions specific to our side of the equation, and then we're doing the site work together. Site work will start immediately. Obviously, the building will be torn down, and we'll bring something I think the patrons of Mission will be thrilled with, as well as this governing body. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
David, we're very excited too. Thank you. Great to have you here. Great to have National Grocers here. Sure.
I don't have any questions, Mr. Christie, but I do want to thank you. You have worked very, very hard, as well as Natural Grocer and everybody else involved in this project, to bring a project that will be, I think, a very good asset to our community. And I also want to thank the Planning Commission and everybody involved there too. There was a lot of hard work from them and staff to come to an agreement on kind of purposing what originally that area was to be used for. And I think this is a use that, while we would have liked to have civic space and things of that nature, this is a use that's probably more advantageous to the citizens of our city. So I just want to thank you very much for persevering with us through this time.
Thank you for putting up with it. Mark, you want to?
Hi, Mark McPherson with Equity Ventures. I just want to thank you guys for letting us bring this project forward. I want to introduce Nancy Corben, Director of Marketing for Natural Grocers by College, just to tell you a little bit about Natural Grocers.
Thank you all very, very much. I know everyone's really worked hard on this. This is a really special project for us. It's one of the most beautiful buildings that I think we've put together, and it's amazing. I'm kind of familiar with your area because one of my kids went to school at Rockhurst, so I'm remembering this area. It's all coming back to me. It's just 20, 30 years ago. But thank you very much, because I don't know if you're familiar with Natural Grocers. We've been around since 1955, so we kind of know what we're doing. But we are definitely grassroots. We were green before we knew that was the color everybody wanted us to be. So we have really been dedicated within our community. So when we go into a community, we stay focused in the community. We have a lot of humanitarian efforts we stay involved in. We try to leave a very small footprint sustainably. We try to maintain and support the local growth as well. We have a lot of programs we work with. There's so many, I can't even count all of them. That's part of my job is to develop all of these humanitarian efforts that we get involved in. But our focus is always to keep it local, to keep it within grounds. We do a lot of work with different bar associations for their seniors and their senior law days. We do health aging programs. We do a lot of programs for women that are get back out and get started again in their own individual lives and change their lives. And we're all about people changing their lives because people are becoming very, very focused now and very savvy shoppers because internet highways opened up a million opportunities for people to ask a lot of questions about their health, their wellness, taking charge of their own lives. And that's what we like to do. That's one of our cornerstones, which is health, wellness, nutrition. We offer free classes, free cooking classes, free teaching courses, free seminars. We have a community space that's open, free coffee, tea, Wi-Fi all day long. We have a lot of different programs that we would like to build within every community, and we kind of fit them to the community and what they need. So I'm open for any questions if anybody's not familiar with Natural Grocers a little bit, and because we do have one over in Shawnee. I don't know if any of you have ever had an opportunity to shop over there, but we have a big focus on nutrition and helping the community at their level, where they're, I mean, people don't shop as far mascara and a day. They come in usually with a different focus. We have some nutritional issues and we need help, we need guidance, and we're there with science-based information, not with it has to be. So we really we're very conscientious of what we offer. But we have quality materials, offerings, products. We do only offer organic produce. We don't have general grade produce. So it's just one little thing that we do. Any questions? Does anybody have any? Yes, sir.
Nancy, would this be a average size store for Natural Grocers? About how many
It's about
employees?
average. It's about average, yeah. We bring anywhere from around retail space, around 5,000 to 6,000 up to maybe 14,000 to 15,000 with retail space. It's not counting the warehouse space in the back, the storage, and it's actually not always counting the teaching kitchens and the community spaces, but they're not extremely large. We can range anywhere from maybe 30, 40 guests for that, or up to, and some of our stores have larger areas. But this is about average, little nice solid volume for us because we're here.
About how many employees would you have?
We usually start with around 25, and then we grow accordingly. We try to make, of course, we'll start a job fairs a number of months ahead of time, just to get a lot of the local talent on board and get them trained and ship them out to Colorado and we train them in our stores out there. And we have a very healthy program as far as pay, average to above average pay. We have a healthy discount program for everybody, all the employees. We have traditional 401k insurance programs. We have an incentive bonus program. It's a great company. I've been with them 20 years. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't integrity.
That's correct.
Mayor, may I say something?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Mr. 52, and your cohorts for jumping through all our hoops. We really appreciate it. And I have never had somebody so excited on the phone when they heard National Grocery was coming into town. I had somebody just screaming on the phone. They were so screaming good. Yes. Okay. They've been lobbying Natural Groceries to come to Mission. I found out. So they were just thrilled. It was the best response I ever got. It's never been done in the city of Mission. So
That's good. Thanks very much. Anybody else would like to answer questions before or after? During? Okay. Thank you. Thank you all.
This proposed,
I'm sorry. Real quick, I apologize. We just want to walk you through just a couple of the features. My name is David Williams. I'm with Pave Architecture. I'm with Architects for Natural Grocers. I just wanted to walk you on a couple of the features really quickly. So I wanted to say we recognize the importance of the site for Mission as well as for natural grocers. And there's a couple, Nancy touched on a few of them, but what makes natural grocers unique is it's a wholesale offering for your grocery needs with 100% organic produce, grocery, vitamins, health and beauty. And as she mentioned, we also do a demonstration kitchen and community room, which is an open space that the community is encouraged to come in and utilize. The other thing that I think is really important that makes us such a good fit for this side of this community is that because we are a small footprint grocery store, we're 15,000 square feet approximately, as opposed to 120,000 square feet. We're very pedestrian friendly. We fit very well into that niche. It's easy to come in and get in and out of, whether you're walking or whether you're driving a vehicle, or whether you're on a bicycle, you can find lots of bicycle parking spaces. So in this design, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but our whole goal was to really activate that pedestrian corridor, get the building up on the street, to enhance the streetscape, encourage people to come in off the sidewalks, but also allow the ability for people to, if they drove their vehicle to the site, for them to be able to park their car, load up their grocery cart with groceries, and easily get back out. It's been somewhat unique with the grade change in the 2 inches. It's not been something we've really done before, but it was important for us to do on the site. And then last thing, I won't go into the details, but we do quite a large number of different sustainable and green building techniques in the building. And if you guys have more questions about that, I'll be happy to elaborate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Mark, time's yours. We have plenty of time. We appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely.
First motions we need.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Miller?
Aye.
Rothrock?
Aye.
Quinn?
Aye.
Lucas?
Aye.
Cowdery?
Aye.
Gibbs? Aye. Motion carries.
Proposed development agreement is necessary to implement the terms and conditions, administration of the approved CIP, such as identification of all eligible expenses, city expenses, etc. Proposed agreement includes a variety of definitions, terms, and conditions, including development schedule of December 15, 2015 through June 1st, 2016, obligations by and rights of both the developer and the city, collection and reimbursement mechanism for the CID sales tax, determination of project completion, defense of default, project budget, eligible CID expenses, and CID reimbursement cap. Order of repayment, reimbursement by the developer of various city expenses, including inspection, right-of-way work, annual administration fee, and contribution of $25,000 for traffic signal improvements at Johnson Drive and Broadway. Mayor, I move the City Council approve the redevelopment agreement Cornerstone Commons by and between the City of Mission, Kansas, and Cornerstone Commons LLC.
Please call the question.
Miller?
Aye.
Quinn?
Aye.
Rothrock?
Aye.
Gibbs? Aye. Lucas?
Aye.
Cowdery?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Christie Development has requested that the city consider certain amendments to the city's West Gateway form-based code, which would be necessary for the project as submitted to be able to conform with zoning regulations. This request includes the removal of the requirement of a city park or city space in this area and adjustments for the requirement of a percentage of square footage for mid-rise buildings and developments in parcels under 3 acres in size. Currently, mid-rise buildings are required to add up to 80% total square footage, and this request is for this to be adjusted to 40% of the total square feet. These amendments were considered by the Planning Commission after June 23rd meeting. With both coming to Council with a recommendation from the Planning Commission for adoption. Mayor, I move the City Council adopt an ordinance amending the form-based code for the West Gateway study area of the City of Mission, Kansas, 10/17/07, a document adopted by reference to the municipal code of the City of Mission, Kansas, under section 410.340.c.
Is there a second?
Second.
Please call the question. Oh, is there any discussion?
So, I just wanted, residents in the audience to be aware of that the changes to the code were not expressly done for just Natural Grocery Center for the Christie Development Project. The Planning Commission, I believe, and definitely me as an individual on this council, I have pushed for this area not to have civic space on Johnson Drive as frontage. Again, I do not think that's in the best interest of the citizens of our city. Unfortunately, revenue generation is in the best interest, in my opinion, for the residents and citizens of the city. So I'm very pleased with the changes that have been made to the form-based code. I feel as though, regardless of whoever came in and developed this area, I would have pushed for these type of changes to be made in this area. So I just wanted it to go on record, at least from my opinion, and I feel very passionately that these changes were not solely to accommodate this development. I feel like these are the right changes for whoever was coming into this area. Thank you.
I would just like to say that I love the project and I love the pedestrian-friendly philosophy. However, I think that the process, how we're going about this, by amending the form-based code, is potentially setting a bad precedent moving forward that really undermines the public planning process, and I have an issue with that. I'd just like to go on record and say that.
And I would just like to go on record as saying that I'm willing to support these amendments, but I also want to verify that we, as a city and as a council, go on and commit ourselves to a full review of the form-based code. That's in our comprehensive plan and it's in our 2015 budget. So I would just like to make certain this is followed.
Any other discussion? Please call the question.
Gibbs.
Aye.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Lucas.
Nay.
Quinn.
Aye.
Cowdery.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Christie Development is requesting approval of a 3-lot plat in order to redevelop the property under the form-based code. Because the final plat will include dedication of land and right-of-way, the City Council is required to review the plan. The Planning Commission has voted 9-0 to recommend approval of the final plat with the condition that staff and the applicant find language for the public access easement. The city's attorney is currently working with the applicant to draft approval language prior to the form-based plat. Mayor, I move the City Council approve the final plat for the subdivision of land known as Cornerstone Commons, with the condition as recommended by the Planning Commission.
Discussion. Please call the question.
Lucas.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Gibbs.
Aye.
Rothrock. Quinn.
Aye.
Cowdery.
Aye.
The additional item we discussed at the community development committee meeting was regarding additional crossing signals at Johnson Drive. During the initial design phase of Johnson Drive project, 3 rectangular rapid flashing beacons, RRFB, if you will, were proposed for installation along the corridor. As design was finalized, 2 of the RRFBs were removed from the project for budgetary reasons. Recognizing they could easily be turned back into the project if funds allowed, with favorable overall project costs and the availability of matching CARS funds, the committee recommends adding these 2 additional crossing signals as designed. One will be installed at Woodson, and the 2 additional signals will be installed at Beverly and Breeze. The net cost to install the 2 additional signals is $18,171. Mayor, I move the City Council approve the addition of 2 rectangular rapid flashing beacons to the Johnson Drive project in an amount not to exceed $18,179.
I would second that.
Any discussion? Please call the question.
Cowdery.
Aye.
Gibbs.
Aye.
Lucas.
Aye.
Rothrock.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next is unfinished business, and we have none tonight. New business, we don't have any new business tonight, except on the community committees, if anybody has anything. Sorry?
I have a couple of quick things. I know Debbie isn't here tonight, but I think we all owe Debbie a big thanks for the fireworks display last Saturday. I thought it was phenomenal. It's the best fireworks you've ever had. I don't know how many of you were there, but it was great. And Christy and her staff did a phenomenal job. I know they were hot, but it was a great evening. Secondly, I have a challenge for the council. Arts Needs is in September, and a couple, 3 years ago, we did a chairs auction. So this year we decided to do another similar event, like chairs, bar stools, swings, benches. And I think that everybody on the council should paint me something so that we can auction it. It can be little, it can be big, it can be just simply red, it can be blue, it can be flower, anything you'd like to do. Steve has already agreed to do a bench. Because, well, hey, you did that come along with it, right? But the funds that we derive from the auction go to our family adoption program. So this is a big thing for us. We get a couple $1,000 out of this. It's wonderful. So we're looking for wooden items. If anybody in the audience has anything they'd like to donate, benches, stools, chairs, whatever, the council would be glad to paint them. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Susie. I'm sorry.
Is there a theme here that we're?
No, there's no theme. You can paint. You can put kangaroos. You can put Mickey Mouse. You can put a heart. You can do whatever you want to do. We just will have them there for the public to auction and put them on a bid on, and we will sell them.
Just one other question. Why would anybody put a kangaroo?
Just the first one.
UMKC grad.
Or you can put a Kentucky Wildcat, or you can put an Oklahoma Cedar. You can put whatever you so choose. But I just think it would be phenomenal if we could have everyone on the council just paint something. I don't care if it's a little small staff. I will take something from all of you also. So see, I have
Notice she doesn't
I
forget to
have
do
acceptation on
my own face.
your CC items. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Steve, I just wanted to remind everybody there's a Ward 3 council meeting at Sylvester Powell Community Center tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, if anybody would like to attend. Thank you.
Next is the mayor's report, and there is none. City administrator's report.
Sure, Mayor, thank you very much. I have 3 quick items. As you know, the north side of Johnson Drive is torn up with signs and detour signs all over the place. And so the businesses on the north side are really subjected to limited access, and it all comes mostly off 58th Street. Of course, you can try to navigate from the south, but it's a little difficult. But so in an effort to kind of provide them more signage, more advertising, we're going to work with Sign Pro to build and construct some temporary signage that will be on 58th Street at every one of the intersections, kind of pointing directional signs to which businesses are down at the end of that street, and let people know that parking is available while the road may be closed. Parking is available at the end, as well as those access, those businesses. Right now, there's kind of a hodgepodge of some makeshift yard signs that the various businesses are trying. This should look a little better, a little more professional, and really provide some good directional signage to those businesses. So hopefully, we'll get those up in the next couple days. Secondly, Martin, and following up with the joint Roland Park Mission development there on Roland Johnson Drive, we briefly touched base with the committee on Roland Park is invited Martin and myself to attend their August 4th meeting, just to again provide them some information. Much like their council is very willing to kind of look at some options for possibly joint development, but still a little bit wary, as this council was, of what it's going to look like, who it's going to involve. And so just so in case you know, we're going to be over there at one of their meetings to meet them and kind of explain what we're doing. Lastly, great news, Emily pushed the button last night that lit up the new website. That was at 5 p.m. last night. However, it takes about 48 hours for it to filter down through, and you may go home tonight, you may have access to it, you may have to wait a day or two. But anyway, the website is live and should be fully functional. I commend both Glenn, Paul, and Emily on their work to make sure all the links work. The critical information is there, and it'll be a work in progress as we continue to add to the website and its functionality. But we're off to a good start. Thank you.
Yeah, so going back to Johnson Drive, and I know we've talked about it, and I think the Public Works Department with the contractors have done an excellent job of trying to increase the signage, especially where people are supposed to drive and not supposed to drive. The other day I was going northbound on Lamar, and people going eastbound on Johnson Drive were making the westbound lane a turn lane, and you think, well, that's not such a big deal, but every single group had to go, and so nobody could go straight, nobody could turn right. So is there any way, I mean, I know you guys are trying to be real creative, and I know I have like a degree in, civil engineering and whatnot, but I really don't. Is there a way to put like a sign that says, this is a whatever both ways, and stay to the right, and stay to the right? And you guys have done a great job. I think the other night I went home, and I hope you're not necessarily giving those poor individuals tickets, but having nice educational conversations.
We're really nice.
Really nice.
A couple of things. At our progress meeting yesterday, we talked about the main problem is people coming from the west heading eastbound, getting into the through lane and treating it as a left turn.
Even though there's a clear double yellow line there.
Correct. I think what we're going to try to do is swap the phases so that east or westbound traffic will go first before eastbound traffic goes. That way it'll keep people from being able to get over in that lane before the light changes. So we're going to do that, and then after our meeting the other night, I drove that corridor. There are two-way traffic signs. Those are the signs, the big orange signs, two black arrows, one going up, one going down. But a lot of times people aren't really exactly sure what the signs mean. But that's the standard MEPC.
Stop sign, look back again.
No, I appreciate it.
It's a little bit of a work in progress, but as you alluded to, it's helping tremendously, just trying to educate everybody about, the way that that's set up. And we've tried to minimize moving traffic around as much as we can, just due to that fact of the more you move it around, the more confusing it becomes. So if we can try to keep that to a minimum.
Thank you very
You
much.
got it. Anything else on the business? Or administrative report? Any other?
Mayor, I move the city council adjourn to executive session for 15 minutes for discussion of current litigation. Also attending will be City Administrator Jerry Vernon, Assistant City Administrator Laura Smith, Community Development Director Martin Rivarola, and City Attorney David Martin. The council will reconvene in the council chambers at, I can't really see that, does it say 8:30? Thank you, at 8:07 p.m.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is there a second to that?
Second.
Thank you.
I know, I wanted to do that.